Imagine flying a combat mission in World War II when suddenly mysterious glowing orbs start following your aircraft. And they're not enemy planes, weather balloons, or anything else we can explain even today.
That's such a fascinating piece of military history that often gets overlooked. What exactly were these pilots encountering?
Well, starting in late 1944, American pilots began reporting these strange lights during night missions over Europe. They got their name from a comic strip character called Smokey Stover, who would say, "Where there's foo, there's fire," which somehow captured how bizarre these encounters were.
So these highly trained military pilots encountered something so strange they had to reference a comic strip. That really speaks volumes.
The descriptions are absolutely mind-bending. We're talking about bright, glowing balls of light that would match aircraft speeds perfectly. Some pilots reported red orbs, others saw green ones, and they'd perform these impossible maneuvers that seemed to defy physics.
Hmm. And these weren't just isolated incidents from exhausted pilots, right?
That's one of the most compelling aspects, and these sightings were reported by American pilots, British RAF pilots, and here's the kicker. Even German and Japanese pilots reported seeing the exact same things. This completely rules out the theory of secret weapons.
Let's talk about some specific encounters. Do we have any detailed accounts from the pilots themselves?
There's this fascinating log entry from 1944 where a U.S. Army Air Force pilot described a glowing red light during a night mission over Germany. He wrote that it was moving erratically and seemed to be deliberately matching their speed and altitude. No matter what evasive maneuvers they tried, they couldn't shake it.
That must have been terrifying for these pilots, already dealing with combat stress, and then this unexplainable phenomenon shows up.
You know what's even more interesting? Some bomber crews actually tried to engage these objects. They opened fire with their machine guns, but, get this, the bullets had absolutely no effect. It was like shooting at a ghost.
Well, that certainly challenges the conventional explanations. How did military authorities try to make sense of all this?
The military proposed several theories, everything from pilot fatigue to atmospheric phenomena like ball lightning. Some even suggested it might be advanced German technology, given that the Nazis were developing things like jet aircraft and guided missiles at the time.
But none of those explanations really account for the consistent nature of these sightings across different theaters of war, do they?
Exactly. And what's particularly striking is how these objects displayed seemingly intelligent behavior. They would match speed with aircraft, follow them through complex maneuvers, and even perform coordinated movements in formation.
That's what makes this so compelling. These reports came from highly trained military pilots who knew exactly what they were looking at when it came to aircraft and aerial phenomena.
And you know what's really interesting? These sightings actually preceded and influenced how the military would handle UFO investigations in the following decades. The Foo Fighters essentially created the template for how to approach unexplained aerial phenomena.
Looking at these historical cases now, with all our modern technology and understanding, have we gotten any closer to explaining what these pilots might have seen?
That's the thing. Despite all our technological advances, we still can't definitively explain what these pilots encountered.
So in the end, it remains one of World War II's most intriguing mysteries.
Absolutely fascinating, isn't it? Here we are, with all our modern technology and scientific understanding, and we still can't explain what hundreds of trained military observers witnessed during one of the most documented conflicts in human history. It really makes you wonder what else might be out there that we still don't understand. If seeing is believing, check out the Foo Fighters of World War II video on YouTube on the UFO History Revealed channel. In our next episode, we'll discuss the UFO crash retrieval that came 6 years before Roswell